Okay, thanks for Mark's presentation, and next is my turn. Let me briefly introduce myself. I'm Holtek FA. My name is Yan-Ting Chen, just call me YT. And today, I will introduce two topics to you. The first one is power, and next is BLDC. Okay, let's start the first one, power. And we know the power is the product to control the voltage and the current. Then today we have four sessions in power. The first one is power bank, and next is wireless charge receiver microcontroller. Third one is lithium battery microcontroller with charger and the driver. Finally is the peripheral IC, 40-volt linear LDO ICs. Let's start the first one, power bank microcontroller. And Holtek success in past few years, power bank micro products. And still, we find we can do something for customers. So that's why we keep developing the new products. And we know the market size of smartphone is around 3.2 billion in the world. It means smartphone is becoming a part of our life. So if this low battery symbol show on our phone is a horrible thing. For example, I use the mobile phone to pay the money, and I use Google Map to go to my destination, and so on. So if this figure show on our phone is very terrible, and I think many of you guys has the same experience. So power bank is the severe in our life, and it means power bank is also becoming a more important device in our daily life. And you know, the core components of power bank is microcontroller. And today we released the two part number, BP45F4MB and BP45FH4MB. H means high voltage input and output. Compared to previous generation, we integrate the ADC reference voltage 2.4 volt, 1% error. If you use previous generation or use the conventional solutions, you must use the 1 register and the Zener diode, or use LDO or other circuits. But Holtek already integrated it. The second one is integration is improved. Holtek integrates the register divider for ADC and the two register pull up and pull low for MOS. So if you feel these two functions are not easy to memorize, so you can just remember one thing. These two functions are used to reduce customers' phone cost and the PCB size. Finally is the interface. We have SPI, I2C, and UR. Maybe you will get curious why we must use interface because the power bank is single. The answer will be in next few page. Let's see later. And apart from previous features, we also integrate the complementary PWM to drive the external MOS and the potential mechanism. For power products, the potential mechanism is a very important thing. So that's why we also integrate it. And current means over current potential. Voltage is over voltage potential. The final one is support phase charge. BP45FH4MB support 5 volt to 12 volt phase charge. And about the ROM and RAM size is 4K word and 256 bytes individually. And where we can use the power bank and why we must use the interface, the answer will be here. Because the shareable power bank now is very popular in some country. So the shareable power bank must to communicate with the power bank. So that's why we provide SPI, I2C, and UR for customer to use, relies on their requirements. This is the reason why we must to integrate the interface. And the next one is wireless charging receiver microcontroller. And Holtek already has the transmitter, wireless charging transmitter microcontroller. And because we get many inquiries from our customer, so that's why we released the wireless charging receiver microcontroller. And now, Holtek can provide a pair of wireless charger solutions, transmitter and receiver. Wearable device is around 330 kbps in 2019. The YoY is 89% compared to 2018, and the wireless charging quantity is expected to reach 750 kbps in 2020. It's a big market, and because wireless charging is small size, that's why we provide small package, 46 QFN for you to use. And today's new IC is BP66FW1240. The features is we integrate the linear charger, 600 milliamps. If you use conventional solutions, you must use external charger IC. But we already integrate it. It means you don't need to use the external charger IC, and the TPCB size and the BOM cost can be reduced. The next one is our solutions is 5 watt. The power is 5 watt, and we also support WPC-QI standards. Then other control means you can use our microcontroller to driver like the LED with reserved few IOs. If you use conventional solutions, you must use one more small IC to do these functions. But Holtek already integrates all the functions into one microcontroller. The ROM, RAM, EE resources are shown here. 4K word, 256 bytes, 128 bytes individually, and also have SPI, I2C, and UART, 8-channel ADC. And one more thing is we integrate LDO, because the wireless receiver voltage which transfers from transmitter is not stable. So we must use LDO to get a stable voltage to provide to our microcontroller and other systems. And also we have ADC reference voltage. So also you can save the external components. The third one is lithium battery microcontroller with charger and the driver. And the low power handheld products, the quantity is more than 1 kbps in the world. And in conventional solutions, handheld products usually along with wire like this. Because the time, batteries technology, and the price are not good enough. But now, the batteries technology and the price are improved. So people prefer to purchase the battery application. So that's why we release the single cell lithium battery microcontroller. And left side is without driver, right side is with driver. Actually, we already have two ICs, and because the cost effective and the resources are improved, so we released the new IC BP45F11201132. This is without driver, and BP451320 and the 1320 is inbuilt the MOS, and the 1322 and the 1332 has H-bridge. And the features of this series is similar to wireless charger because it's used for battery application. So we also integrate the linear charger IC. So you can also save the external linear charger IC. Again, we also integrate the ADC reference voltage. Also, you can save external components. Finally, is integrate the driver. 1322 has the NMOS driver, and the 1320 and the 1332 has the NMOS H-bridge driver inside. Relies on your application and relies on your load. You can choose which one you want, NMOS or H-bridge. And the results of our microcontroller show here. The left side is cost-effective series, and the less results like long is 1 kW and has the PWM 4-channel ADC. And right side is higher results 2 kW, also has the open. Open is used to amplify the external current signal. So we can monitor this signal to adjust the PWM duty or frequency. For the 1132 has 4-channel ADC, and the 1332 has 3-channel ADC. So where we can use, because single cell application is many applications, so you can use like toothbrush, microphone, and shaver. So here you can use for many applications, so you can consider which kind of application is suitable for you. Okay, so finally is the peripheral LDO 40-volt linear LDO IC. And actually, Holtek is the microcontroller company, but we still success in LDO series products or other power ICs. And today we released the 40-volt linear LDO ICs. And I think and I feel this is a very good choice for you to knock your customer's door. And actually we already have the previous series, and today the new IC is HT75 series and the 73H series. The main difference is we increase the input voltage from 30 volt to 40 volt and improve the performance and the potential, like ESD or low draw up voltage. Finally, the customer very concerned is the output capacitors. You can use microfarad. It's very cost effective if you use this this LDO. And apart from previous features, the cross-sense current is 2.5 microamps, and the output voltage is 2.1 volt to 5.0 volt. The error is 1.5%. Relies on your part number. You can choose which one you need. The output currents maximum is 150 milliamps and 250 milliamps. Relies on is 75 or 73. And in the beginning, I say the potential mechanism is very important. So we also have the soft start, OCP, and OTP, over current potential and over temperature potential mechanism in our LDO. So because this is a basic components, so it can use on many applications if you require small size and higher input voltage. So those kind of applications are very suitable. Okay, so the power topic is wide up, and today we introduce 4 sessions for you. Here I just make a summary. For power bank microcontroller, the features is higher integration and is suitable for the shareable power bank. Wireless charger receiver microcontroller, Holtek already has the transmitter. So now we can provide a pair of wireless solutions. Also, we integrate the linear charger IC and support WPC-QI standards. So this is very variable and very useful for you to reduce the BOM cost PCB size. The third one is lithium battery microcontroller with charger and the driver. This is a single cell, and also we integrate the linear charger, ADC reference, driver, those functions in one chip solution. Finally is the 40-volt linear LDO. So this is a small size and 1 microfarad output capacitors. So it's very useful for you to reduce the external BOM cost. And next is the BLDC motor. This topic. A motor is the application which converts the electric energy into rotational motion. And we know motor is widely employed in our daily life, like industry, mechanical, home appliance, and so on. And now BLDC motor is becoming popular because electronic technology is improved and the cost is reduced. And you know the quantity of the BLDC is around $16 billion in 2019 and is expected to witness CAGR 6.6% from 2020 to 2027. For this topic, BLDC motor will cover 2 sessions: Holtek microcontroller, Holtek BLDC microcontroller, and Holtek BLDC workshop. Also, we will briefly to introduce the advantage and the disadvantage of brush and brushless DC motor. And this figure is showing the brush DC motor. Brush DC motor is consist of stator, rotor, commutator, and the brush. The advantage of brush DC motor is cheaper and easy to control, but the heat dissipation is poor, and the EMI is generated by brush arcing, like this animation. And here is the BLDC motor. This is the BLDC motor, and the BLDC is very similar to brush DC motor, but one of the main difference is without brush. The advantage of BLDC is higher performance, lower maintenance, and the noise due to lack of brush. Also the longer lifespan, but of course it's expensive and the control is complex. And how to know the position of the rotor? There are 2 options. One is use Hall sensor, and the other one is use back-end signal. Back-end signal, another name is sensorless. And today we have the 2 sessions in BLDC motor. The first one is BLDC 32-bit M0 Plus microcontroller, and next one is HT32F series BLDC motor workshop. Actually, many of the customers want to develop the BLDC solution, but they don't have the capability to solve the algorithm of BLDC motor. So Holtek help to cover this part, and the customer can just focus the function what they want, like IR, RF remote controller, or like the driver LED. So it will save customers time. Let's start the first one, 32M0 Plus MCU. And why we must to use HT32 to control BLDC motor? The first reason is higher computing performance and the FOC control capability. So if you require FOC, then no doubt, just select HT32F series. And what the advantage of using FOC? You can see in traditional VF control, V means voltage, F means frequency. You can see the animation. The motor is getting a vibration. Of course, the noise will come also. For FOC control to control one more parameters, phase, means FOC control voltage, frequency, and phase. So of course, the performance is higher, and the motor is stable like this figure, and of course, it's also more silent. The new IC's part number is HT32F65230. The long range are 32K by and 4K by. The dual 12-bit ADCs and the 2 op-amps, 1 dividers are used for FOC control. The 3 comparators are used for 3-phase voltage to monitor the voltage. And the 3 complementary PWM are used to driver the external IPM or gate driver. So as of now, do you have any ideas about BLDC where you can use? If you don't have, here we just show you a few applications and give you an example. Like you require a silence and a stable BLDC, it is very suitable. For example, I see no one hope the ceiling fan make much noise when you are watching TV, eating food, or sleeping. So like this kind of products require silence and stable are very suitable. And if you don't have the KIOS license, you can only use 32 KB flash size. And Holtek cooperates with KIOS and release the Holtek edition, Holtek M0 Plus. This is unlimited, means it's not 32 KB, you can use more. And it's also free. So for the next one is HT32F series BLDC motor workshop. So let's see the workshop functions. What's the workshop? In the beginning I say the purpose is to solve customer, to reduce the barrier if customer want to develop the BLDC motor solutions. So we develop the workshop and show like the animation. You can very easier to modify the parameters and to control the motor speed and combine with our EV board to drive the external motor. It will be very useful to save your development duration. And one more key features in our workshop is we integrate the oscilloscope like this animation. If you use competitors solutions, competitors workshop, you must use external oscilloscope, isolator, or other equipment. And use Holtek workshop. Initially, you can just check this waveform to adjust the parameters. Again, repeat and repeat. It's very useful when you are developing. And this workshop is HT32F series, and what he can do. He can do the code generator, and we can use the code to do the secondary development. And Holtek are applying for the safety certification, IEC UL 60730-1. And you will be approved on 2021 Q1. And we also support online adjustments. For engineers, this is very useful to when they are developing. So online adjustments is a very key features when you are developing the BLDC solutions. Okay, so the workshop, the purpose is to save your time and reduce the barrier if you want to use the motor. So you can use many applications, and the purpose is more convenient for you to start the motor products. And today, the BLDC motors topic is wide up, and we have 2 sessions. I just let me to recall your memorize. 32-bit M0 Plus MCU can support FOC, and we cooperate with KIOS and release the unlimited and the free version for you. For BLDC motor workshop, you can save your time. We have the code generator and can do secondary development, also applying the certification, and has the key features like the oscilloscope. So those functions are very useful. Okay, so totally today we introduced 12 topics, and I hope it's useful for you and you can do more business. And because of COVID-19, this year we cannot see you in Taiwan or in your country. So I hope and I wish you and your family, your friends all are safe. And I wish we can see you next year. And today, if you have any doubts about our presentation, just feel free to contact us. Wish you have a nice day. See you next year. Bye bye.